this going. See if we can make this happen. Hi, welcome to BigFoot KnitCast. I am Sheila, and it's been a while. It has been a very long while since I have podcast, so I'm back. I may be really nervous and I may flub up a lot, but you can just stick with me. Sorry, you can probably hear the jets going over. We live not very far from... It's going to be loud. I have the window cracked. So we live not very far, maybe 10 miles south of, what is that called? It's an air base, but it's not, it's a National Guard base. That's what it is. So they get out every day about this time and they punch it and it gets loud, and they only punch it for about, a half a second, and then I'm sure they're 50 miles down the way, and then they have to turn around and they do it again, and I guess they have to log so many hours. I have no idea. We're just used to it now. Okay, so the longer that I speak, the worse my rambling gets. So I have notes, because if I don't bring my notes, then it's just a disaster. You probably have seen some of my Facebook lives and or Instagram stories, and they're just sad. So okay, I know my limitations, and I just ignore them. Okay, so what we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you a little overview, and then I will try and slow down and not rush past anything important, but at the same time, I'm going to try to keep it short so that I know that you have a ton of things to do like I do. Okay, so I'm going to mention, you don't want to miss this part. There is going on right now a secret sale, so shh, it's just we have new bases and BigFoot fibers, and then there are some new colorways. We did a show a couple weekends ago at the East Texas Fiber. Oh no, I'm gonna kick this over. We're all gonna die. Okay, I'll try not to kick it again. Lindale, Texas, the East Texas Fiber Festival. We met some great folks down there, and I got to visit all weekend. I was almost out of words by the time it was over. I got to visit with so many adults, and if you've never watched before, I have 8 children. The oldest has her own baby. She's grown and married. I will show you a picture. I did this on purpose. I'm podcasting with my iPad so that I can show you... So I can show you pictures. Maybe, let's see if I can do this. I even favorited them and everything so that I could actually do this. Let's see here. Okay, see if we can make this work. No. Why won't that work? Oh, there he is. There's my grandson. Isn't that cute? And the little bunny that my daughter made for him. Okay, so we figured that part out. So there's been a lot going on. Just a lot has been happening. Okay, so I talked about the East Texas Fiber Festival, and that was awesome. What else? Oh, we had a couple of giveaway door prizes down there, and see, it's bad. Desiree McCall and Amber Tucker won the mini skein sets, which of course I didn't set out here, but they were the Pumpkin Spice Latte and the Only 5 Shades of Gradient sets. And I've heard back from Amber. Desiree, I haven't heard back from you, so if you're watching, shoot me an email, bigfootfibers@gmail.com. And if you know Desiree, then shoot her an email or a text and say, hey, don't miss your yarn. I mentioned the new grandbaby. I have been, oh gosh, I have been taking a pattern, that's not what I wanted to say, blah. I have not been taking a test call for patterns. That, okay, you can just throw strawberries at your TV or something, or maybe don't do that. That probably would ruin it. But, okay, so I have been writing a couple of patterns. I'll give you a sneak peek of one right now, and it's knit up in worsted weight. It's going to be a cute little cowl. I have some messy stitches here because my little guy got a hold of this, but I am loving it. It is going to be just a cute, quick, fast knit, and there's the sneak peek. That is, I haven't even named this colorway yet. It's a light gray and it's got a little bit of purple going on in there. Let's see if you can see that. I am really liking it. And that is superwash. But I have some that is non-superwash worsted weight, and I absolutely love it. It's the softest stuff ever. Okay. So I'm going to be taking a call for test knitters here pretty soon. And then the other pattern that I'm working on is just hat. It's a hat pattern, and that's going into with my Christmas knitting. Let's see here. I'm sorry I'm saying so many times. I participated in the Yarny Advent Exchange, and oh, my dryer died. I looked at that and I said, in my head, what in the world did I write that for? Oh, the dryer died. Because that means that with a family as big as ours, I have been having to run to the laundromat to dry clothes. And we do 4 loads a day. So you can just imagine. We have a Samsung washer and dryer, and I've been told those are the best on the market. And we've had it for 6 years now. This is our 6th year, and this will be the 5th heating element we have put in it. So I guess that's doing pretty good, because they're really probably not meant to work past about 10 years, and we work it probably 10 years worth in a year. So it's probably doing okay. I'm really sad though, because we gave our old set that was, 20 years old, that never died and always ran, just you turned it on and it ran, away, because we were getting a newer, better set. Okay, what else? Oh, I've been getting together this past fall, most Thursday nights, with a group of ladies that are learning to knit, and we're going through the Tin Can Knits Learn to Knit patterns, and that's been very fun. We've been kind of crazy this past month because, of course, the holidays make it kind of crazy. Oh, but I have the barley hat to show you. So all these patterns are free on Ravelry. You can download them all. They have great tutorials and videos and printables that go along with them. You're probably not going to be able to see them with the glare. Let's see if I can do that. That's the first one. That's called Wheat, and it's a scarf. And then the second one is called Barley, and it's a hat. And then they go through, I'm going to set this one there. They go through a little cowl that you can cable, and then there's rice, the socks, and so you're going to learn to do socks if you've never knitted socks. And then mittens. The next one is maize. The next one I kind of threw in because it's also Tin Can Knits and it's also free. It's the world's simplest mittens, so we called that pattern 6.5. And then there is a sweater, so we'll be doing that this spring, and a cardi, so they could do either or. Everything is top down, everything is seamless, it's beautiful. And then the last one is the grain shawl. So let me show you my barley hat. This is gonna mess up my hair probably. I may not even put it on because, hey, ponytails and hats don't go that great. So this is the barley hat that I knitted with a cute little raccoon pom-pom on it. And this is knitted up in my worsted weight. It's called Super Squishy Worsted. I have not blocked this hat yet. I've worn it several times. I just haven't gotten around to blocking it because I'm being a bad knitter. But I have loved this pink. This is ballet slipper. I'm wrong. This is peony. But I think the pom-pom just makes the hat. But I really like the decreases. I really like that. It's kind of a plain Jane hat, which is nice because it was a quick knit. It'd be a great gift knit. And I don't have, no, I'm sorry, I do have. I have this color, peony. Let's see if we can get it up there to show. There we go. That's a little better. You can see that's really nice tonal pink, millennial pink maybe. That's a pretty popular color right now. And that is Super Squishy Worsted, which is 100% merino, 218 yards and 100 grams. Okay, and the one I'm showing you is non-superwash, and that's what my hat is knitted in, is non-superwash. Okay, let's see here in the what's going on section. That was the barley hat I just showed you. Sorry, there goes another one. We're really hitting it hard today with those flight hours, aren't we? I told you about the new grandbaby, and I also have a new logo that was done for me by Diane of Paper Yarn Moon. thought I was going to get it wrong. And she's Paper Yarn Moon on Etsy and on Instagram. Let's see if you can see her. If I can get that up there where you can see it. Maybe. There we go. Paper Yarn Moon. Awesome. And she's got just a lovely feed of all kinds of stuff that she does, both on, well, of course her Instagram feed is beautiful, but the things that she offers on Etsy are everything from prints and to logos and business cards. So I was very, very happy with what she did with that. The watercolor, it just kind of takes it up a notch. So what else? Oh, the other thing that's new is my yarn has gone into my local yarn store, Loops Tulsa, and so that's kind of cool. She's got some, Shelly over there. Hi, Shelly. She's got some things in the shop that I probably have ran out of by now. I apologize for saying all the time. I know better than that. I was raised in the theater. I know better than that. Okay. Again, now I'm going to be saying it just because I'm self-conscious about saying it, right? Okay, we're still recording. We're 11 minutes in. You guys, if you're still with me, you deserve a trophy. I wanted to give a shout out to Natalie of Remembrances Pottery on Instagram and Etsy because she and I did a swap, and this is her pumpkin spice latte mug that she hand did. She's a Canadian maker, and she makes these mugs all by hand. She's just an amazing person. So we did a little swap, and I got a mug. I've been trying to get a mug for I don't know how long, and there you go. So we swapped that, and I sent her, we swapped, and I sent her the, actually, I actually dyed this just for her because she wanted some neutral grays, and she wanted minis, so there you go. And then I had a friend that said, oh, you better not name that 50 Shades of Gray. And I said, well, it's only 5 shades of gradient. And yes, I cracked myself up. So there you go. That mini skein set went to Natalie, and I think, I hope she likes it as she's liked it. But I have loved the mug. And I just have Trader Joe's coffee in here. I'm probably going to talk myself hoarse. Okay. What else? Moving on. Let's move on. We have moved forward. There is some bad news. And it's not, I think it's bad news for everybody in the knitter community. Not, okay, that really sounded like it's really dramatic. It's not that bad. Okay, prices are going up. A lot of the suppliers, as a dyer, a lot of the suppliers have let us know that wool prices are increasing, and that's probably going to impact all kinds of prices. And I'm guessing, it's an educated guess, my husband grew up on a farm and his parents still have a farm, and I'm guessing it's because of the droughts and the fires that have gone on across the states, which mean that feed prices, because feed is scarce, and people have had to sell off animals and get them out of harm's way. Feed prices, when they go up, that tends to raise the price of everything, and that's not anything that really anyone can help. We can't blame it on, you know, fuel costs or truck driver wages or anything like that. It's just when we have drought, that affects feed prices, and that's just a cascade that no one can help. The good news is that as I am approaching my 1-year mark as a dyer and in business, I set my prices maybe just a touch high, but I didn't know what to expect. I figured that I would, or just not know, that there were costs associated with running the business that I just wouldn't be able to anticipate. And I think I did fairly well. And so that means, what that means for you is my prices aren't going to go up in 2018. You may, so brace yourself. You may see across the board a lot of dyers and yarn supplier. I mean, I don't know, what would you consider Cascade Yarn? A yarn company? I mean, they're obviously not an independent dyer. They're a bigger company, but they probably will not be able to absorb the price increases either. And I'm not just picking on Cascade. That was the first one that came to my mind. So any of the bigger companies that provide us with wool and yarn to knit with prices will go up. Good news, they won't be going up in my store, not in 2018. So I don't know if that was because I just overestimated too much, or I'm just really frugal. I don't know. Okay, so speaking about frugal, I won't forget to tell you about the sale. Next order of business is I wanted to introduce you to Naomi Grace and Naomi Grace Knits. She is an amazing designer, and she has given, generously donated a pattern. Let's see, can you see that? That is the Whirligig hat. It's a little ebook that she's donated to us, and the Whirligig wrist warmers. Are those not gorgeous? Those are just gorgeous, and it's mock cables, so it's not a true cable if you hate cables. I love cables. I love the look of cables. I love everything about cables. So I wanted to show you those, and how you're going to enter that contest is you are going to enter a comment, and let's see, we should have you answer a question. What should the question be? What color of yarn would you like to win? How's that for a question? So answer that. I'm providing the yarn to make both of these, and she's generously given the pattern, and it will just magically appear in your Ravelry library. So I was going to show you. You can look in the Etsy shop at the and click on the section. It's called section, and there's several different worsteds there. So I have several different colors of worsted weight yarn that, and if you're a loose knitter like me, you probably could even go down to DK. And there's tons of DK in the shop too. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say about that. Go through, look, and see what color you prefer, and write that down. If I win, the color I would prefer is. Okay, isn't that cute? Okay. I did that. I did that. Yay, we made it through the first page. It's all done. I'm going to set that down there. Okay. The sale. The sale is 20% off. It's going on right now through December 8th. If you have any problems on December 8th, just shoot me an email at bigfootfibers@gmail.com. Etsy is weird sometimes, and when you set a coupon to end or a sale to end, sometimes it ends the day before at midnight or something weird. I have found that to happen several times. So they were supposed to have fixed it. I don't know. Maybe it's just my southern, worldview and outlook versus the more northeastern. I think Etsy's based in New York. I could be wrong. Maybe we just keep time a little differently. I don't know. But if you have trouble, let me know so that I can take care of that for you. It's 20% off anything in the store, your whole order. And the code is podcast sale. So PODCAST SALE. And if I spelled that wrong, I apologize. Okay, podcast sale, 20% off now through December 8th. I wanted to offer a sale. If you guys have hung around a little bit, I don't really offer sales. When I started my business plan, I planned on one in July to have a Christmas in July sale, because I like Christmas, and that just seems to be a good time you're about halfway through, and anyway, I don't know, I can't give you all my reasoning, but that just seemed like a good one. And then when there was Black Friday, all that hoopla with Black Friday and the hustle and bustle, and there was Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday, all of that just seems to be kind of the trifecta of super sale. There's just so much going on. You get together with family, and there's the turkey, and I usually don't make those kinds of things. I did get an Instant Pot off of Amazon last Thanksgiving on really good sale, but I just don't like to fight the crowds. I don't like the internet crashes. We have Cox Wi-Fi, and you would think we pay for the best one that there is, and they're just as slow. I guess it's overloaded, or maybe our stuff needs to be reworked. I have no idea. I'm really not a very techie person, so that kind of stuff drives me insane. I wanted to offer you a slower, calmer, more peaceful sale that you could look at your leisure, and if you're payday didn't fall tomorrow or Friday, then you had, you know, time. A lot of the times I find that, you know, payday doesn't come exactly when the sale is on, and I miss it. So there you go. That's just for you to be able to have a little more leisurely sale without the hustle and the fuss and the craziness of cyber trifecta. Okay, let's go through a few other things. We're going to kind of squish some things together so that we don't go, right now we're at 20 minutes and I don't want to keep you forever. I have so much to share with you that I've decided I'm going to break this into 2 podcasts. So I'm going to try to squeeze in what I can here, and then in another couple weeks look for another one before Christmas so that it's not going so long between times. Okay. At Texas, when I went to Texas, the East Texas Fiber Festival, I dyed a couple of, more than a couple, but just a few. I dyed just a few of Andrea Mowry. Okay. Really, I'm going to slow back down. I dyed some sets to go with the Andrea Mowry pattern, What the Fade. And I called this set What the Fade, Texas, because, you know, I think I'm quirky and I have a good sense of humor, but really I'm just a nerd. So I have one left, and I threw it out there to the East Texas people that I met and that were added to the newsletter, and didn't have any takers, so I offered it to them first. I had good Southern manners. Now everyone else gets a shot at it. So if you want it, I am going to offer it still at the price that it was at the show. So it's kind of cool if you come to one of the shows, which, by the way, I'm going to be at the Dallas-Fort Worth Fiber Festival in April. So if you come, obviously you don't have to pay shipping, but occasionally I throw something out there just really special for the people who show up and meet me in person, shake my hand. I usually have chocolate or mints or something, especially for the guys that come with their wives that really don't want to be there. At least if they get something thrown their way, maybe they decide they don't hate coming with their wives, right? I did meet a couple of men knitters, but, you know, right, guys, they're just few and far between. Okay, so What the Fade, Texas. I will try to squeeze all of this in, and with the sale coupon, it's going to be the same price that I was offering it at the show. So I can't even tell you what the price is right now because I will mess that up. Here is the first skein. Remember that What the Fade is a brioche, So it's a 2-color contrast brioche. So you are pairing not skeins 1 and 2. See if you can see those. They're not exactly the same. You're getting a little bit of different colors, but you are doing skeins 1 and 6. So there you go. Now you're getting into some contrast. So I'll show you all of those. Here's the first 3 colors. Let's see if I can squish those together. My hands aren't very big, and so holding these are merino cashmere and nylon, and so they are super duper squishy. I mean, just really squishy. Let's see if I can get these other ones in my hand. If no one picks this up in the next week or so, I'm going to be forced, I mean just forced, to keep it. This is my problem. I dye yarn, and I have to remind myself that I'm not dyeing for my own personal stash. So there is What the Fade, Texas. What the Fade. Oh, I just love Andrea Mowry's patterns, and so some of my focus this fall has been on, I'm going to set these down, has been on speckles that are designed to fade well. I have been calling them fadeable, made to fade, whatever. Oh, let me show you my Comfort Fade Cardi that I have cast on. This is my, I think it's called Mr. Twister. I think that's what I called it. Because, you know, again, I'm in Oklahoma. I think I'm funny, right? Here we go. This one, so there, it's 4-color fade. And there we go. These are kind of messy skeins because they've been in my bag. But skein 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that, I promise that's not purple. I'll show you one at a time. Here is skein 1. It's a nice turquoise with some dark gray going on in there. Skein 2. See, I told you it's messy. Let's see if I can show you that. This is 100% superwash DK. And it is fine, extra fine, so 19 microns. And then here is skein 3. And skein 4. This looks slightly purple in the light. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's my purple shirt, but it really isn't purple. It's really more gray. I don't know why the iPad's just not picking that up very well. But I do have pictures on Instagram and Etsy, and I have it laid out so that you can kind of see. It really looks purple now up against me, but I promise you it's not. It comes out much more charcoaly gray looking than it does lavender. There's really no lavender in this. Okay, alrighty, so I'm gonna pop that over here and I will show you my whip. So that's what I'm doing. I'm squishing in as much as I can, and whips, and there's no FOs today. Sorry, I've been just crazy busy. I know everybody is, and we all are, but whew. Okay, here is the wrong side, right? This is how this first skein knits up. I think this is it. Yeah. There you go. So that's how that's knitting up, and this is the right side. There you go. And I am really enjoying this as a quick knit. And maybe I'm going to finally memorize a make one left and a make one right. I have to look them up every time. I promise I'm probably a little bit dyslexic because I cannot remember it. I couldn't remember my multiplication tables in grade school either. It took me a long time. You can laugh now. Math was just not my thing. And that's what's really ironic, is that now I'm dabbling in design. Let's say that. I'm dabbling in design. And guess what you need when you're decreasing a hat? Not only math, but geometry. Okay. Geometry. Okay. I guess that's fitting because I have kiddos that are also doing geometry right now. We talked about what the fade, Texas. We talked about the Comfort Fade Cardi and how I have a crush on Andrea Mowry. If you haven't seen her pattern, let's see if I can pull it out of here to show you without a glare. I keep my patterns in here for one thing. It keeps them nicer. And for another thing, when I'm at shows, they don't draw moisture and people don't go just rifling through them. If they're in here, I feel like I can keep the integrity of her copyright by showing them the lovely picture. Isn't that lovely? That's lovely. And yet at the same time, you know, giving them that picture of it, but at the same time, I mean, no one's looking to pull their phone out and take a picture of it, right? Or whatever. Which I don't think anybody would do that, but who knows? I don't know. Let's just err on the side of caution. So, I lost my place again. This is why I have notes, people. This is why I have notes. Okay. Hohi's new pattern. I'm going to skip Andrea. I'll come back to her in a minute. Hohi has a new pattern called the Gradient Band Cowl. And I cannot wait to cast this on. I had the perfect yarn in my, I almost said stash, but actually it's really inventory. Okay, so let me show you this pattern. And again, on some of them I write at the top what they are so that as I go through and look, I know what to look for as I'm going through there. So there's the Gradient Band Cowl, and it takes, depending on how much yardage you have in a full skein, it might take a skein and a half for this part here, and then this is 5 minis. I don't know if you can see that, or it might even be leftover yarn. You could probably use that. And so what I have done is I have put together some sets. You'll find those in the shop, and right now I only have 2 colors. I mean, you can piece together a set, but these were out of this world. This is Super Silky Sheep. So it's 75% merino, 25% silk, 437 yards, and I named it Everything's Just Peachy because it does have a little bit of a peach cast to it. Now look what this looks like up here with this. Look at that. I am like in love with that. I may have to knit 2 of these babes. Here is the same thing in, same base, different color. This is Riptide, and it's not popping like I wish it was. This looks like navy on the screen. It is not. It's not turquoise. It is not peacock. The Instagram pictures and my Etsy pictures do it much better justice. I don't know why, but look how this pops together. I am so excited for this. It is a little bit tonal, semi-solid more, but while you do see some of that, it definitely is not the navy vibe that you're getting on the screen. Let's see. But I am telling you, what against your neck, oh my word. This is alpaca. It's Cascades Baby Grande, baby Alpaca Grande, and it is, oh, why didn't I write this part down? The pattern was free. It was from the little yarn shop out in California. I'll have to post it in notes. I think it's actually in my, I think I actually have it in my projects, but I'm so sorry. This is scratchy to me. It's just a hair bit scratchy. And alpaca, most people think alpaca is really, really soft. It's just a hair bit scratchy. This is not scratchy. Silk and merino, and you've got the tonalness of all of that semi-solid going on, and it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, soft color. Oh my goodness. I've talked myself into it, ladies and gents. I have talked myself into it. It's mine. I'm gonna have to set it back. I always have to remind myself. I can just dye more, but there's a few things every now and then that I have to just slide aside for myself. Okay, so there are those sets out of the way. Next time I podcast, you will see me. I will have cast that on. Okay, Hohi, we love you. I have lots of people ask me what to do with minis and what do you do with minis? What should I do with minis? I love minis, but what do I do with them? And Hohi, I know there are lots of other scrappy things out there. Of course, there's the Cozy Memories blanket, and there's the temperature blanket, and there's a ton. There really are a ton. You could do scrappy socks, or a scrappy scarf, or a scrappy shawl. But I think that one is just so cohesive, and it just has, that level of sophistication to it. She raises the bar a lot of times. Every designer has patterns that you don't care for, obviously, or you would knit every one of them, I guess, if you had time, or you were an octopus. But, so I'm not going to say that I love every single one of her patterns. The same thing for Andrea Mowry, but, I just think that they both are classy ladies with a level of je ne sais quoi. I don't know. They have a special panache that is just it's just special. It's aesthetically pleasing, and I think that's why we knit, right? We knit because we want to wear or gift the things that we make, but we want it to be beautiful while we're making it. Even if we're giving it away, we don't want to knit something or crochet something and think, oh, this is so ugly, I'm going to let my dog lay on it as a blanket. Even the things we make for our pets, we want to be pretty. That's just how we roll. We are artists. And these skeins are our canvases. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. Moving on, 34 minutes, here we go. Tincture. Before I go back to Andrea Mowry, nope, I'm going to do her next. Let's do a last one. I promise, it's my last Andrea Mowry hurrah. Okay. Where'd she go? You know what? I think I did not include that tincture hat pattern out here. Okay, next time. It will be next time. But if you're curious, look up her pattern, tincture. I'm from Oklahoma and I can speak. And it's a beautiful hat. It's knitted, It would really, really would benefit me to write that down. It's not brioche. It's not double knitting. It's mosaic knitting. I did it. Brain recall. A little bit of coffee. It helped out. And this really is going to be gorgeous in that. This is Auberginois, and this colorway is called Wildflower. Both of these bases, let me just slip these off. Both of these bases are, come off of there. There we go. Silky Yak DK. These are both DK. They are both Silky Yak, and they are really, the squish, the luxe factor in here is just amazing. So let's see here. 65% merino, 20% silk, 15% yak, and they're DK. I said that. I wanted to show you this though for a couple of reasons. This is Wildflower on natural yak. I mean 15% natural yak, right? Let me get my finger out of there. Okay, and this is Wildflower, the exact same color. Okay, I promise you it's the exact same color, on Superfine Merino DK. This is Superfine is my base name, but it is on fine merino. So 100% superwash merino. So of course they're going to take the dye up differently, but isn't it interesting how they do it? And I am just as in love with this as I am with this. Yeah, they look different, but man, okay, I'm digging me some yellows this fall. Let me show you something else. Where am I at? Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm back on track. I have dabbled in self-striping sock yarn, and it has been alternately the bane of my existence and the joy and delight of my heart. Knitting up self-striping socks is amazing to me. So here we go. I will show you. I wish I had a drum roll. This is Winter is Coming. Knit faster. Because yes, I'm a nerd and I think I'm funny. No, I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I think that's from Game of Thrones. Oh, it might not be, but I just think this is absolutely just fun. So winter is coming. Knit faster. And no, I don't have a sample knit up for you so you can see it, but obviously it's 3 colors and it's going to knit up in those stripes with, no, wait, 1, 2, yep, 3. I can count. I told you math is not my thing. Okay, so there are a few of these in this shop. You might want to get them while they're on sale and before they're all gone. I will probably dye these through maybe early January, mid-January, depending on the demand. I don't want to leave anybody out. It really it bothers me to put something in your cart and then get cart jacked. That is probably the biggest pet peeve of mine as far as yarn goes. I hate being cart jacked. So I always want to dye as much as I can, and there is demand for. And my thoughts are, you know, if I have extras, I can tuck them back for next year, or I can give them away in giveaways. So there you go. Let's talk about the new colorways. I showed you Wildflower, and that's what these two are. These are called Wildflower. My 15-year-old named those. You've seen Auberginois before. You just saw my new grandbaby, and his name is not Al, but that is what some of the uncles and aunts, because my kids are his uncles and aunts, that's what they've decided they're going to call him. Sorry, Keely, his name is Al. So this colorway, and really the blues are off today. We have a really gray sky. We have overcast and rain, and we have not had rain. We've had wildfires for the last several months, and we've been so dry. And now the clouds, which I'm grateful for, they're jacking with my colors. So this is really it's a very tonal green and blue, turquoisey blue color. So I don't think you're really picking that up, but you can kind of see there's some variation there, but it looks navy and it's really not. I did get better pictures of this one too. But so this is They Call Me Al, and that's on Silky Yak. And I want to show you the same color, same colorway on these 3 different bases. Here is, okay, I'm going to also, I would say remind me, but you can't. So I'm going to say it now before I forget. Because I've been in business nearly a year, part of the business has been experimentation, and the bases, I have experimented a lot with the bases that I like, the bases that I want to offer, and I knew from the beginning that I wanted to offer really nice luxury bases, stuff that when you knit with it, your 5-year-old doesn't go, ooh, it's scratchy. So I wanted people to be able to fall in love with merino, and I know merino is the softest of most of the wools, but I want it to be a higher level of luxury yarn that when you squished it, when you felt it, when you pet it to your heart's content. Like, can I just pin this on my shirt and walk around and pet it? This baby alpaca grande is soft, but like I said, there's an itch factor for me, and I'm not allergic to alpaca. I just feel like I'm getting poked, and that's what's happening. But I can feel it, and with the merino, I can't. Even with the non-superwash that I carry. Okay, so I'm a yarn snob. We'll just put it that way. Here is a new base, and it's this colorway. Can you see that? No, the light. This is They Call Me Al, and this is much, much truer of a representation of this colorway than what you were seeing. But of course, it's going to look a little different. This base is Super Silky Sheep Singles DK, so it's a single ply, and it's 58% superwash merino, 42% silk. It has a halo, it has a plumpness, it looks worsted, it really does, but once you get your, let's see if I can do that right there, once you get kind of your finger under it, you can see that the wraps per inch are going to be DK, and they're not going to be worsted. So, okay, so here we go. Silk and merino, 100% merino. You see the difference there, how those pick up the dye differently. And then the Silky Yak DK. So you have merino, you have silk, and yak. And it's amazing to me how they look different on different bases, but it's the exact same colors, same process, everything. Okay, and then this is the color that I'm probably in love with the most this fall. It is it's maple. Maple is my crush. It's my color crush this fall. It is just this warm, honeyed looking, not quite brown, not gold, not yellow. I just love it. So this is the Super Silky Sheep Single DK, and this is Super Fine Merino DK. And I told you earlier, these skeins are messy. They're kind of mussed up a little bit. But I have a shawl picked out in mind for this. Okay. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. Everything is my favorite. It's a wonder I sell any yarn and don't just hang on to it. This colorway is called Hi Ho Silver. Here is Hi Ho Silver on Super Squishy Worsted. Let's see if you can get a good, there we go. That's a little better. There is no lavender in this, I promise. It does look a little bit, I don't know what's the deal with this iPad camera. This is Super Fine Merino DK, and this is the Super Silky Sheep Singles. That's the same color on all three. The Super Silky Sheep, God, it probably gives a better representation of the colorway. You see that halo? You see that nice halo that's happening there? This is amazing yarn. You guys, silk doesn't have a great smell when it gets wet. When you're dyeing it, you have to soak it some before you dye it. It smells bad. I mean, horrible. enough to make people go, I don't really want to dye silk. It smells bad. But when you have it in your hands, you're like, oh, I forgive you. I forgive you for smelling horrible. I'm going to dye you anyway. Okay, Hi-Ho Silver. That's that color. More yarn. Out of the way. There's another skein of Hi-Ho Silver. And okay, I need to show you one last pattern. And I have just a little bit of chit chat at the end that's just odds and ends. Oh, sorry, just a couple more colors. This hat was designed by, pardon me. Okay, now I've got halo in my mouth. I think I inhaled some silk. Maybe it's the alpaca. This alpaca sheds like crazy. I look like I have a cat, and I don't have a cat. But it does. It like comes off on everything. Okay. I told you I get just completely sidetracked. Let me show you this. Katrina, forgive me. You know I have to flub up when I came, right, when I got here. Okay, Katrina Walser and I, we did a collaboration. And this is the hat, and here is Katrina's. It's not showing her pattern. It's just showing kind of the dimensions and that kind of thing. Isn't she cute? So her name on Instagram and Etsy is Oliphant Cat. Oliphant, let me do that again. Oliphant Cat. Not your Nana's Knits. And this little hat was designed in my yarn, BigFoot Fibers. I don't have this colorway currently in the shop, but you saw that I have tons of other worsted colors. And it has it's knit with a doubled up brim that's just garter. And then look at these. Are these not gorgeous? If I didn't have a ponytail on, I would put it on and show you. I love this hat, and it is worsted. I said that already. It's a quick knit if you need a gift knit. Speaking of gift knitting, I'm thinking we need to do in the Ravelry group a selfish knit along starting in January. Maybe the winter is coming knit faster socks. I just think we need to. I don't know about you, but I don't think you have to have a lot of children to feel really stretched thin and spread out during the holidays. Christmas is, and the holidays, Thanksgiving, whatever it is you celebrate, this time of year always feels more busy to me than any other time of year. And if you've lost a loved one, if you are having a financial hardship like we have had for the last 6 or 7 years, the last 2 years have been the worst crunch, and in our 24 years of marriage, it's crazy. I feel like we have less to stretch and make ends meet with than we did when we were first married, which is just crazy stupid. Those kinds of things really put pressure on people. And I think that, I can't speak for men. I know men put pressure on themselves, but I know that we as women, moms, wives, sisters, we put ourselves through the ringer, even as daughters. So why am I saying that? It's that time of year. We're surrounded in our neighborhood by widows, and one recent widow, we had a break-in a couple months ago, not in our home. Someone did try to break into our home, but we have a 100-pound German Shepherd that prevented that. But sadly, this couple did not, and the mom and daughters were forced at gunpoint back into their house, and when they were getting ready to go shopping, and the husband was killed, and he's our neighbor. He was also a teacher in our community, in a middle school, and I can't imagine. So I don't mean to say, I'm not trying to bring anybody down. I'm just saying that what a horrible time of the year for people, that it just seems to bring a lot of things to mind. I lost my mom 7 years ago, and I miss her now more than other times. Maybe because we're all gathering together as a family, maybe because I feel more pressure and I just want my mom to talk to. So all of those things I'm saying because I think we should knit for ourselves. I don't know about you, but most of the things I knit, I give away. And it's not because I don't like them, it's because that's my heart. So sometimes I think we need to do something for ourselves, and not because we're selfish, but because we need to think, we need to know we're knitworthy. We ourselves are knitworthy. You are knitworthy. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I'm done lecturing. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a self-help book, but it's just kind of common sense. So we push ourselves, and we should treat ourselves every now and then. Okay, so speaking of treating ourselves, I'm going to show you my tincture hat. I'm going to cast this baby on, okay? These two colors together. This is, they call me out on the maple, okay? Can you tell I'm in love with this? Okay, shutting up now. I have extremely enjoyed dyeing this fall. It's a great stress relief. As much as knitting is, it's that much of a stress relief. Okay, we're coming up on an hour. I'm hurrying. I wanted to mention my Hiya Sharp set, and I'm going to show you these very last 3 colors. And this, as a dyer, this is what I use. This is not a commercial. I buy this stuff, people. They don't give it to me. It's Unicorn. Can you see that? Unicorn fiber wash. So when I'm dyeing, what I do, I rinse the yarn, I wash the yarn, and then I use this fiber rinse. It has a very light smell, and it leaves just really no residue. I think it's the perfect wool wash. It's the best one I have found. Soak gives me a migraine. I have not found a scent, even unscented Euclan. I don't know if I said that right. I never say things right. I mispronounce everything, I think. It just has an undertone, an underlying smell. And okay, so there you go. That doesn't. Here is Let It Snow. It's on Silky Sheep. Here is a red request. So this is called 40s Glam. My kiddos are about to walk in. And then I had to dye some Christmassy green. It's called Emerald City. The last thing is, you know what? I'll save the Hiya. There they are. Okay, bye guys. I'll see you next time.